Let's see. Uh, let's see here. I guess I better start the show because everybody is expecting me to do a live stream. I haven't been able to talk about a lot of things. I've been busy working on a lot of things. I've been hearing a lot of things. I've been talking about a lot of things. And lately I've been hearing some bad news. Akitomoto revealed that on Twitter Monday that director and animator Kinji Yoshimoto passed away on November 5th, and he was 55. For those who don't know who Kinji Yoshimoto was, he directed films, animes like, let's see, Aim for the Best OVA, Another Lady Innocent, Area 88, Bionic 6 for the US TV show, Cleopatra DC OVA, Bubble Moon Crisis OVA. He was a key animator. It's sad that he passed away. He had done a lot of work in the decades to come. It's sad news to hear because according to Anime News Network, now director and key animator Kinji Yoshimoto passed away at age 55. He's been known to have done some really great animes such as Queen's Blade. Yes, he did those. He did that Another Innocent Lady, and you may have been familiar with that. That one's actually a hentai, but happens to be greatly a good anime. And he also did, Yoshimoto also oversaw the series scripts such as animes like Erofuto Commonplace, The World's Strongest, Seven Mortal Sins, Queen's Blade, Gamora, and Queen's Blade, Exiled Version. Matsumoto also is the storyboard artist and character designer working on anime such as La Blue Girl, Bubble Boom Crisis, and it's sad news to hear because sorry, wrong one. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. This is what happened. Now, this is what happened, and it's sad news to hear that he also wrote the original Plastic Little manga. Satoshi Yoshino directed the storyboard over adaptation. So a lot of people are disappointed in the news because he had made some really great animes. Royal Space Force, Wings of Honiamis, Megazone 23, you name it, he helped make it happen. It's sad to hear the bad news about Kinji Yoshimoto because he passed away. And this is kind of sad news because I'm going to show you his IDBM page because there's some animes he had done and you may not be familiar with a lot of them. I'm pretty sure you've seen some animes. It's sad to hear that he passed away. Especially he did do some great ones, and it's a shame that he passed away. He just died on November, and I didn't even know about it. He died on November 5th. So it's pretty. You can see the long list of animes he did. He did Fist of the North Star as a key animator, uncredited. Let's see what other. Girls High storyboard, Giant Gorg, Between Animation, uncredited. Let's see what else that he did. Jinky Extended, Ikitosen. He did Ikitosen, storyboard, animation director, you name it, he did those. Macross Plus, he did the OVA. Let's see what else. He did all the OVAs for Megazone. He did Mobile Suit Gundam Zeta for key animation, uncredited. He did the Plastic Little manga, and also he did Queen's Blade series as line producer for the series. Ranma 1.5 key animator. Let's see right here. He did the key animation for Royal Space Force Hunting on Us, which is actually a really good film to watch. Even Rojin Z is another good film. I highly recommend it. Uh, he also did Redo of a Healer, which is one of those controversial animes that you would be surprised he was the unit director. Actually, let's see. Redo the Healer. He did he was the episode director of episode 8 in color script, key animation, and production investment. Wow, this guy definitely had some. And he died at 55. That's sad though. And he did Transformers. He did Trinity 7. Okay, I got to give him props for it because I did like Trinity 7. Great anime. Highly recommend it. Super Dimensional Fortress Macross Love Movie. That's a good movie. Super Dimensional Fortress Macross 2. I had my dislike about it, but it was it was okay for its time. Ranma 1/2 is okay. It's a pretty good series. Queen's Blade. Yeah, it was a pretty good series. I liked it. OVA. I can't believe he did the OVA for Macross Plus. I did watch it recently. It was actually pretty good. Gunbuster OVA, he did that. Good Morning Athena OVA. That's actually a really good OVA series. Glass No Common. Oh, that's like the rendition of it. But I'm kind of surprised this person passed away. Such a talented person. It's a shame that he passed away. So, let's go ahead and bring up something else. I guess this is something that I'm going to go ahead and talk about because this is a little bit of a big surprise here. So, let's see. And I'm kind of surprised by this because no one asked for this, but they did it anyways. Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Time anime gets a second season, and people hate this anime for some weird reason, but for some reason they get another season. And people, like, I know Nooks always tries to bash this anime because of the fact that it has too much fan service. But I can't help but laugh at this anime because it's so it was kind of entertaining, and I know that people do not like this anime because it had so much fan service. But considering how popular the manga is, they kind of did decide on making another season because the sales of the manga did outweighed the popularity of the dislikes that people had for the anime. And it's not, and surprisingly, people find this series entertaining because it may have fan service, but it's actually a really good. It's actually really good. It's actually a really good manga for what it's worth. You can't help but laugh at the situation that this guy goes through because he basically gets like a harem of girls that he wants to marry one girl, but the problem is he's dealing with the temptations of other girls trying to sleep with him, and they want him to be, because he's like the strongest of all warriors in arena and also in battle. But the problem is that they want him to impregnate them because he's the strongest warrior of them all. And he wants to marry a girl that he really likes. But sadly, he's in a dire situation to where he doesn't want to be found out, but he always seems to accidentally sleep with the girls. Because the temptation, he can't help happen to him. And that's how funny it is. Like, this anime is so hilariously stupid, but at the same time, I like it because it's pretty entertaining. But I can't believe that they're having another season of this because it's such a short series. Like, it's not really, it's like a few minute anime. It's like I think 12-minute anime, and then they just end it, and then they go with the next one. It's a funny series, but at the same time, I can't believe they're doing a second season of this. So, as much as I like to say this anime is pretty interesting, a lot of people, I know Nook's always bashed it, but now he's probably gonna be more upset seeing this again because he keeps recommending this to people, and now he's gonna deal with it. Nook's Taku. I can't blame him, but he made this anime popular because even if it's bad, it's actually really good. Because it actually has fan service, and that's how hilarious this anime is. Oh man, that's kind of what it is. Oh man. Let's see. Oh man, I really hate to say this. Tomorrow is gonna happen, and I really hate to see this because they're attempting to do Naruto and Fortnite. Like they're doing that. Yes, tomorrow they're gonna do this. This is gonna be the most hilarious thing that's gonna happen because they are going to do a Naruto Shippuden anime series on its official. Like they're collaborating to make Fortnite skins of Naruto characters and outfits and everything. So expect that to happen because they are doing a lot of combinations. So Epic Games is really trying to get this started. And I'm not really a big fan of Epic right now because there's a bit of a situation with Epic right now. And it's kind of hilarious how Epic is trying to get people to go into Fortnite by collaborating with like the anime crowd. Considering what happened with Scott Thomas, everyone's talking about Scott Thomas, like the whole drama surrounding him over the Astro. Let's just say that it didn't end that well for people that went to that concert. They had a really bad experience, and some people died. Sadly, Fortnite. I guess they're trying to avoid. They're trying to avoid that by going with Naruto. So, let's pick something that people like kids like. Okay, we'll put Naruto in there. That's pretty much what they're doing right now. And it's kind of a big surprise. What they're doing is really interesting enough that they're attempting this. So, let me see what I could do here. Yeah, because I know some people have been talking about this. So I'm going to oh, man. Matt's playing... dude, that guy's playing Super Robot Wars. God dang it. Wish I had the money. Lately it's been hectic, so I'm going to have to be doing this. Okay, School live action adaptation. Great. So it's coming to High Dive. Great. That's interesting. Let's see. Lupin the Third, Prison of the Past, Detective Conan, Scarlet Bullet, anime, English dubs, premiere on Anime New York City. Yeah, so New York City Anime Convention happened, and I talked about it last week, and I recalled talking about the fact that they sold out, and it's no surprise. Wow. This is interesting news. So, ransomware attack hits Diamond Comic Distributor. A ransomware attack hits Diamond Comic Distributor of Alliance Game Distributor on Friday, according to the media news website ICB2. ICB2 stated the attacks affected the company's website order processing as of press time. Diamond website is down, but its retailer services website is online. The company's statement reads that the IT department and the team and third-party experts are working around the clock to address these issues and restore full operations. Two companies added, while some of our systems remain down. So, for those who don't know, Diamond is a big distributor of comic books, manga, toys. They have been doing this for almost a long time. Not well liked it among the comic book industry types, but due to issues of quality of delivering stuff, it's kind of what's going on right now, and right now everyone's not happy about this. And here's the thing. It's no surprise that they're getting a ransomware attack from a malware attack that restricts access data for the company's internal services until the ransom is paid. And this has been happening lately. It seems like a lot of this hacker group has been doing this for a while, and it's no surprise that a ransomware attack happened against them, because it happened when the whole gas and distribution in the U.S. in the past year, and they're doing this and I'm surprised they're doing this. Diamond is one of the primary distributors of print comics in the United States, but GamesRadar website reported that Diamond's statement alluded to the attacks causing issues to fulfilling retailer orders in short term. ICB2 reported in July, North American bookstores and retailers are facing shortages of supplies of manga, and it's projected truck driver shortages, widespread port congestions, inflated containers costs will continue to cause supply chain challenges in the book industry in 2022. So, yeah, this is becoming a problem. I know that there's been a lot of talk about the shortage situation, especially what's going to happen. And I can only tell you this. It's not bad where I live, but in California it is. And if California falls, all hell breaks loose. Because the ports there, that's where most people go, because it's easier to process down there, from what I heard from people, versus other ports in the United States. Now, a lot of people have been talking about this because this is a dire situation about the supply chain thing. It's not that bad where I live. Luckily, we do have people that, work. But sadly, I do feel bad that some of them are underpaid. And it's kind of hard to understand this because business-wise, I understand a lot of businesses have to, pay what they have to pay because what they can afford to pay. Because otherwise, they're not going to make much profit. And it's kind of sad that this happens a lot. But I want to go ahead and point out that the situation with the manga shortage thing, it's only happening in certain states. Hasn't affected my state yet as much. Maybe in Seattle, maybe in other places, but other than that, it's not that bad. It's kind of a scary situation with the supply chain issue with creating and producing products is one of the issues that they're having. And I understand that people want to quit their jobs because it's pretty bad right now. And I know that some people have been working very hard to do what they had to do. This is something else. Let me see. Critics review arrived from Netflix. Oh yeah. Yeah, I heard about the reviews came in. A lot of people like it. Some people dislike it. And I think that was one of the things that kind of made people laugh about this. Now, I want to go ahead and address this because already people have been, there's been some early reviews of it, and it turns out the critics dislike this show for some odd reason, and it's kind of sad that this show is not compelling enough to for people. If you have been on the fence, there's no point where FaZe dramatically says, I'm not going to carry that weight. Cowboy Bebop releases on Netflix on November 19th, 2021. What do you make of the critical response to Cowboy Bebop? It's no surprise, and I'm just going to say this right now because I know that critics hate this show. And I'm going to be nice about this because I know that some people dislike what I have to say about it. But here's the thing. I think this show would... it's kind of funny that there's some mixed bag of reviews on this show. And I think the problem is they try their best to make a show, but unfortunately they don't have Edward on this show. For those who don't know, Edward was this character. And I guess some people probably are still talking about this, but I guess I better go ahead and talk about this because I haven't been able to promote the web. So, how do I feel about this show? I haven't watched it yet. I know that critics actually got an early review of watching this early on Netflix because they're reviewers. Here's my criticism of it. It does not have Edward in it. That's my criticism of the show. And it's no surprise that they're giving it a bad score. Because I know that Edward appears in the 9th episode of, which is session 9. And there's no Edward in it. Because they don't even have Edward in the show. And that was the biggest concern. They were hinting that they're going to put Edward in the second season if this show works well. And that's fine, but they could have thought of a better idea. And the problem is, I don't think 10 episodes could fit well with this whole series. As much as they attempted on this series, I think they could have done better. And it's kind of weird what they're doing with this series. I understand people had a controversy over the outfit of the costumes that they thought, well, this girl could have done better. But they're trying too hard. In his review of RogerEbert.com, Rotten Tomatoes top critic Brian Tarico eliminated, it's a show that works in small bursts but never coheres, and there's a depressingly manufactured sense of the whole thing, especially the shots directly copied from the original angle. Yeah, I could... Okay, original? Or is he trying to say from the original? Cowboy Bebop had the rhythm of jazz and art that's full of improvisation expression. He added, you can't fake that. You certainly can't try to just recreate it, but this live action version loses any sense of introverted creativity and failed to attempt the fidelity to the source. Okay. That I can agree with in some cases because they were trying to attempt to make a show, and that show, I can understand they try to attempt to make, but the critics decided this, and I actually asked, where the hell is Edward in this series? Well, they're gonna put her in the second season. Well, already people are shitting on this. They hate it. The critics already said this show isn't doing so well. But I'm going to try to watch it because I can't trust the critics. If the show sucks, the show sucks. But God knows the critics tend to hate it. But if someone on the average audience score mentions that it's good, chances are it possibly is good, because I can't trust the critics these days because of what they did last time. They said that one movie sucks and it turns out it was a really good movie. As far as I know, like, I'm going to check it out to see how it is, because sometimes you never know what the critics will say if they're telling the truth. I might give it a chance, but that's pretty much me. That's what's going on. So, again, everyone's talking about the live action adaptation of Gundam, and a lot of people are making memes of that thing. What do I think of it? I don't know. It's kind of weird how people talk about this, and this is kind of what it is. But you can tell that they've been trying to, they've been trying so hard to get this off the air. So, I would watch Thunderbolt's December Sky. It's the only hour it shows well, I did watch Gundam Thunderbolt, and it actually had like the jazz tunes. I really liked it. But you think you can skip this sequel for now? Well, I'm waiting for them to decide whether or not to make another one. Until then, they're still trying their best to figure out what to do. Now let's see here. Let's talk about something else. Because everyone's talking about I don't know. I guess I'll give some content, because I know that anime memes have been putting out some content lately. I guess I better go ahead and look that up, because for some reason people don't really care about anime. They care about memes and shit. Will you press the button? All the cats in the world become anime cat girl boys, but you can't adopt them. But lewd having with them can land you life in prison. All right. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's funny. That's hilariously funny. And they're doing the DuckTales background music. I would love to play it in the background, but it's kind of hilariously funny. Let's see what else they have. Will you press the button? Will you become an anime girl? But you'll be a lesbian. Win-win. Oh god, this is actually pretty cool. Like, I can't believe this. The anime memes. Cars can be sexualized. Let's see. Oh boy. That's funny. When your mom says we're getting a maid, exception, reality. Okay, I'll give that a like, because that's hilarious. Let's see here. Anybody's back page. Okay, let's see here. what you see, what you don't see. Women in back pain. Well, yeah, women do tend to get if they're oversized, have an oversized bust, they tend to have back problems. Well, it's no surprise. I'll give that an up vote because that is true. So, how do we stop over-sexualized women in anime? Make women equally powerful? Give them more natural physique? Give men more slutty costumes? JoJo was... That's funny. I'm just looking at memes right now because it seems like people don't really care. The answer to the question. Oh boy. I will protect you. Oh, man. Let's see here. A friend telling me to watch High School DxD, Severe and Ecchi Harem Addiction. Okay, I'll give that one. Let's see. Getting on webcam. That's funny. Number Mansons, what do they mean? Let's see here. Looking at tits in a hentai nichi anime. Looking at it, tits in IRL. Yeah, I would give that a vote right there. Let's see. When anime is about to end, opening from an earlier season starts playing. No. How do you enjoy this without any sauce? Conserve the energy, equivalent exchange. Okay. Is it hell? Those who don't know. Those who don't know. Those who know more. Those who know. Okay, I'll give this an upvote right now. Let's see here. Left the wholesome, right the fetish. My senpai's annoying. Reverse to you like big girls. That's actually really okay manga, but it's kind of a weird manga series in itself. It's about a guy who's having a relationship with the volleyball team. That's pretty much what it is. Like he has a relationship with all the girls in the volleyball team. He's dating one of them, but it's kind of a complicated series. You get a girl who can do both. That German guy, that Austrian guy. I remember. I forgot his YouTube channel, but I need to subscribe to him because he's so hilariously funny, and he does these like really cringy, videos that are funny as hell. But you can't look away. But you can't help but laugh at it because he makes the anime, like a lot of even the Japanese respect this guy because he definitely makes the anime fandom look creepier than it is, but it's actually hilarious. I'm calling the police. That I'll vote because that's hilarious. Same energy. No, I can't just left the big objects with a cork. It's too long. That's funny. Okay. Muse Asia YouTube channel. Crunchyroll, Funimation. What's Muse Asia? Watch anime legally for free in HD quality. Am I? Oh, so Muse Asia's promoting themselves now. Let me look up what Muse. I never heard of this Muse Asia thing. So let's look it up. I never heard of this Muse Asia thing because they uploaded their content. I'm not really familiar with them. Oh yeah, Rumble Grendel. That's actually a really good anime. I highly recommend it. And they also got it's from Malaysia. Okay, so they have Burn the Witch. So what playlist do they have? World's Finest Assassin gets reincarnated. So this is like a Malaysian YouTube channel. But they are putting out content for it. And that's interesting enough. Because I was assuming because I know that TMS actually has a YouTube channel. TMS. Yeah, because they actually upload their content onto the YouTube channel. They even put like episodes of both Dr. Stone on YouTube. I managed to watch a few episodes. Like they do have Kenichi the Midas Discipline, which is actually an old series, but I actually watched it myself. I watched the full series on Crunchyroll back when they had it, and it was 100-something episodes plus the OVA series. And sadly, I kind of do recall that the voice actress that played one of the characters had passed away, and she no longer. I wish they would have continued this series, but they kind of discontinued it. Sadly, it was a sad thing. Yes, TMS actually does have its YouTube channel. They do upload occasionally, if they can, episodes of anime if you want to watch it. They are making money off of it because right now they are putting out some content for it. So let's see. Let me see. Girls and Magic. Let me have it. Crunchyroll's new anime with girls with magic. Let me have it. Yep, that's pretty much what's going on right there. Trade offer. I received your undying love and head pats. You receive a hug. This has been the best trade deal in the history of trade deals, maybe ever. That's funny. Oh boy, this is kind of funny though. I'm sorry if I'm taking so long on this, but that's kind of what's going on. Oh boy, this is hilarious. Let's see here. Man, I wish I could get my buddies to come in and watch the live stream with me, but unfortunately, they're far away from this whole thing. But I can't help but laugh at this, and it's kind of funny. So, no one actually participates in NNN. True. Oh yeah, everyone's talking about NFTs. Lately, I know that a lot of people have been talking about these situations. But let's go ahead and talk about something else. I'm going to go ahead and upload a content here. Let's see. Yeah, because lately I haven't been busy. I've been busy with a lot of things, and it's kind of sad. Okay, let me go ahead and talk about this because this is something that popped up. I know that Crunchyroll is trying to get involved in this thing, but I did read what they had to put out. The reason why they do this to the transgender and gender non-conforming individuals who passion enriches the anime community. Remember that you are loved and deserved. That you are loved and deserve to be who you are meant to be. In honor of Trans Awareness Week, which is happening, Crunchyroll is proudly donating to Get Better Project. It Gets Better Project and Trans Can Work, which I don't have a problem with these organizations, which they kind of discussed this in their article. And I'll point this out to you guys because this is kind of what's going on. Now, here's how I feel about this, because it comes off as they're trying to shill that they care about the trans community thing so they can get people to subscribe. And I know that some people are upset about this, talking about this situation, and it's kind of what's going on. Like, a lot of people have been talking about this, and I want to go ahead and do this as nicely as possible because I know some people were talking, and I know that Crunchyroll is trying to mute the replies, and I want to go ahead and talk about this because this is something that that got into the whole thing. Like, I understand that they're trying to do the It Gets Better Project, a nonprofit organization that strives to uplift and empower the connect the LGBTQ youth and around the globe. The It Gets Better Project provides critical support and hope to the LGBTQ youth and around the world, leveraging the power of the media to reach millions of people each year. The project has expanded its origins in storytelling and media. It includes educational resources through It Gets Better Education EDU, reaches 18 countries outside the U.S. It's pretty much what it is. And I don't have a problem with it or the whole advancing workplace inclusion through innovation and training strategies and workforce development. They offer professional resources, recruiting and hiring, job training, career support, and job networking for the trans community, that's fine too. I don't have a problem with this. I know this is something that they want to support. Let them support it. It's just that a lot of people are upset because they're trying to shill to the LGBTQ community a lot. And it's kind of an issue with a lot of people because it comes off as they're virtue signaling so they can get that show that they really care, but they don't, because a lot of people have talked about this. I'm a block. Bro, blocked by Crunchyroll. Laughing out loud. Please explain the joke. I'm slow. There is no joke. Bro, where did you get the High Guardian Spice to do them? Follow this person. Laughing out loud. The middle lecture is a fucking collapse. Laughing out loud. Laughing out loud. Y'all have like 2 jokes. Because this is what's going on. Ashamed to share a country with you. Why? For supporting transphobia. Well, honestly, the restrictions, realistically an incel, eh? Move to Sweden. It's over 50% now. Yeah, because a lot of people, let's put it this way. And I'm just going to go ahead and address this in a nicer way because the thing is, I don't have a problem with it. I understand some people had a problem with this because of the fact that they were virtue signaling this to show that because it's basically good for PR reasons. That's what it is. And I don't have a problem with them supporting this because this is something that they want to support. Let them support it. Because the whole Trans Awareness Week thing is kind of silly because of the fact that I'm going to go ahead and point out something to you guys. And this is something I'm going to have to look up because this is the news that I saw. This was like days ago. And I'm going to show you this the Gamer article. And it was so ridiculous. It was so stupid. I couldn't believe it. Because I read this article and they were complaining about, I quit this game immediately. Trans players respond to Forza Horizon 5's dead naming. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys something else. Which the issue is that it links to your Microsoft account. What happened was Forza Horizon had this feature where they announce your name based on your Microsoft account that is linked to your account. And they were complaining about this. And I was just like face palming myself because they could have went to Microsoft.com because they quit the game because of the fact that they could have went to Microsoft and asked them to change like seriously, what does this say? And yet they're getting upset over being dead named. And I want to be nice about this as possible because I'm giving them the option instead of getting upset over a petty issue that can easily be resolved. Because that's how bad. This is how bad the trans community has it. When it comes to dealing with issues, they can't resolve it very well. They have to have somebody to tell them that. They're not helpless. They're not. They're very smart people. But when it comes down to it, this is embarrassing. Like, this can easily be resolved. Instead of trying to start drama with a corporation that is willing to work with you, but you guys got upset, went on a tangent, got upset over a petty issue, over a video game, because they dead named you in an announcement announcing your name in a game, your actual name, when you had the option to go to the website itself to change it. That's what bothers me about this. And that's kind of what I really don't understand. They have every option to do so. You can change your name in the display, Like, seriously. And this person, like, this is the person named Melody, told me on Twitter, you have a few mandatory bits to play before you can actually change it. I'm not too familiar with the menus, but a lot of the customization is separated from the menu option. I wasted a lot of time digging it when it was elsewhere. And it's like, I get it that the feature of them announcing your actual name on your Xbox account when you forgot to do that, I can understand the issue of the reason why you can't change it because of credit card issues or you didn't legally change your name. That's your responsibility, not Microsoft's. I don't know what the heck is going on, but that's the issue. Like, seriously. Like, that's kind of what that's what the trans community needs to do. Like, they need to learn to resolve those issues. Like, if they need help, ask Microsoft to help you. Call them up, ask them, hey, can I change my name because I'm a trans woman? I'm pretty sure they'll work out something. But do you have to go into this petty issue of attacking people over this because you weren't aware of this? That you could have changed your name on your account and moved on. You're not totally, like, I get it. Like, some of these trans people think they're totally helpless, but they're not. And they could easily resolve that issue. That could have been resolved. But instead they just went after Microsoft over this, which could easily been resolved by showing them, hey, you can easily change your name on your account. There you go. There you go, trans community who likes to play Forza 5 and not realize there was a feature in the game that announces your actual name based on your Microsoft account, which right now makes it impossible. I don't know why anyone in their right mind would do that. But anyways, let me go ahead and talk about this because I'm just going to try to be nice about it because that's how it is. Let's see. Everyone's talking about Michigan Tensei Jobless Reincarnation, which right now they are going to be unaired episodes in the Blu-ray, which again I'm kind of excited about because I might just buy the Blu-ray because I do like this series because it kind of the story follows a 34-year-old man who is killed after trying to save someone from getting hit by a car. He soon finds himself reincarnated in a magical world as Rudius Grey Rat, except that he gets his whole life reset starting as a baby. With all his knowledge from his previous life, his new happening helping magical ability, Rudius quickly becomes a formidable warrior ready for adventure. And he's still a total pervert. The funny thing about this series is that he doesn't try to be... I actually do like this series because he does have some sense of humanity in him, even though he knows what's wrong and right. And he does try his best to... He tries his best to learn from the hard lessons, from the easy lessons, from every lesson that he could possibly can. Because even when he grew up, I really did like this anime for some reason. It is a really good isekai for one. And some people tell us it's like the first isekai. But really, it's one of the few isekais that kind of started out as like someone actually published the story online on some website in Japan. And it turned out to be really good. And I do like this. It's actually a really good isekai you probably can get into. But as far as I know, it's a complicated series. And with all the subjects in it, it's actually really okay. It's not bad. I think it's a pretty good anime. I think that most people should watch it. But it's not for kids. I can tell you that. It definitely has this kid who grows up as a kid. But he realizes that he has to grow up and interact with the world. Because he was a hikikomori when he first started out. He was afraid of being around people. He isolated himself. He pretty much scared his friends away. And what happened was he got kicked out of his apartment because his family died. He was too afraid to go to the funeral because of the fact that his family tried their best to help him get out of the house, but they couldn't until he got kicked out. He finally got kicked out of the house. He couldn't afford to, and he pretty much was this unemployed person who couldn't stand it. He couldn't live his life. And it's sad that he passed away, but he starts over, becomes this prodigy, and he pretty much does okay adventuring. Like I definitely would recommend this anime. It's actually pretty good. Because I'm going to probably buy the Blu-ray because the fact is they have several unaired episodes that I have not watched. And I never watched it. So hopefully they are good because I definitely want to see them. Because I definitely do like this anime for what it's worth. And it definitely is worth the watch. So, let's see here. I guess I better go ahead and talk about this because this is something that a lot of people have been shitting on me for. And it's kind of the whole issue with the 80s cartoons. Like, people talk about the quality of them, and I kind of do agree. But here's the thing. It's like, that was back then because they were made to sell toys. And people kind of get upset about when I mention that cartoon, like, it is a business. Like, it is true. They're made to sell toys. It is a business. And yet they want to go off on me like I don't know what I'm talking about or something like that. And it's kind of funny, like, not all cartoons are the same, though. Like, a lot of cartoons in the 80s weren't like that. It's sort of like the Combo Breaker. Like, it's kind of what a lot of people point out. When people point out that all the cartoons are like drawn in the same style as this character, which is true, but you have to understand there was like Strawberry Shortcake, and that was drawn in a different style too. Not all cartoons were like that in the 80s, but a lot of people kind of like it served to limits to creativity. It interrupts the story. That's why none of these shows have actual stories or character arcs. They just rush to promote the next toy, which is what they do. I understand, but the sad truth is that is the animation. That is animation is a business. That's how else pay for animation. Like what they're doing right now. Animation is no longer driven by story, driven by toy sales, but rather engagement. You see much more animation with good stories with no toys because that shift. Hell, fans of many shows have actually asked for merch to be made, which they did, and which is kind of what happened. I can't argue with that because it's actually true. But it's like there's some good animation, there's bad animation. I miss good animation. Let's contrast. On the left, we have Flash Gordon Filmation that I grew up with in the 70s and 80s. And right, we have Steven Yeager. What the fuck happened to the artists in animation? And I can understand the whole argument here, what he said right here. The counter, you're forced. But I do agree with him on this, on pretty much what he said. Your counter... Like, he kind of had he had an issue with cartoons from the 80s and 70s, which is fine. But I kind of agreed with him on certain topics because he kind of points out the issue. And it's like, but there's like this guy that's like a real asshole. Like Blake Out, like, funny person, but that's kind of what they talk about. He kind of talked to me like talking down to me. So I do agree with this point. Nothing wrong with selling toys through cartoons. I mean, for God's sake, I'm a Transformers Ninja Turtles fan. My issue is when dudes who make these fucking ignorant posts about animation as if they grew up with a superior era. That I can agree with because there's cartoons from the 90s that were pretty good. There are cartoon shows that were good in the early 2000s that were pretty good. Even in the 2000s now, like there's some cartoon shows that are pretty good. And I'm not going to lie. It's kind of what I think most people are talking about. And I'm not going to try to be mean to anybody about this because that's kind of, yeah, and I understand this person's argument is like, when people ask weird questions and try to avoid the fact that their argument is swiftly careering off to the ledge of sense that really no business being here. That's not a defense for the art. That's the defense of the business. And that is the business because I'm just pointing out, like, they treat it as a business. That's kind of the thing. You're selling your art as a business. You're going to conventions, selling your art as a business. Making money is a business. And yet they want to take and call it art as a business. I'm not going to trash your art, but that's the truth of the matter. Like, it's really kind of far-fetched that people like to troll and do that bullshit arguments. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out something. I guess I better go ahead and talk about it. A lot of people are talking about Metal Gear and my thoughts on the whole situation with Konami removing all their content from their Metal Gear stuff. I'm kind of really, really, really upset about this because it's kind of ridiculous. The fact that Konami decided, well, we're going to remove this, it's stupid. Like, they should have never removed it. And I know that they're doing the whole Save Metal Gear thing. Like, that's what's going on. I can't believe I'm showing that to you guys because I thought it was really cool art. So, pretty much that's what's going on. And it's kind of ridiculous. So I'm going to go ahead and go. Leave your likes and dislikes down below and tell me what you think of this live stream, because I have to go. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to talk about a lot of content. There's been a lot of things going on lately in the anime community, and I might just try to see what happens next in the future. Anyways, you guys take care. Bye-bye.